The songs weren't really prepared before we started recording. There was no, quote-unquote pre-production, and we didn't even have a rehearsal before we got here. We all tried to come into this thing extremely open-minded. How can we sound new to ourselves?
For me, like it being 10 years since the band got together, and this is our 7th record, is each Trampled by Turtles record we've made, I've gotten more and more excited about making records.
We're at Pachyderm studio in Cannon Falls, Minnesota. Sort of out in the middle of nowhere. Definitely my favorite place we've recorded, because you're staying in a house and the studio is 50 yards away. And it really helps to maintain focus.
It's a beautiful studio and an amazing setting. So far, I think it's been the coolest mix of sound quality and the band feeling comfortable playing. Having Alan producing this record has been great for us so far. We've known Alan for just being from Duluth. We've known him for a long time and have all been fans of Low and his other projects.
We've worked with a number of different engineers, but BJ's awesome.
And he's a great energy, but it's more than that. He's a creative engineer.
Alan will have us just stay in the room and play a song 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times, and then he'll have us come in and listen to it. And they've been building so much neat stuff on it, and we're just out in our space hearing our basic headphone mix. And then we kind of hear like what they've been thinking about, and like, ooh, and he's like, now go out and try it again, and that usually winds up being the one.
Alan has a very rhythmic mind, which is cool. Like he'll suggest, we'll just take that out and play this rhythmic thing like every 6 beats or something. It really creates this percussive element in the song where there was none before.
It was hazy, but so was this. Whoa.
Just having a fresh set of ears and just somebody that we respect artistically and personally, helping us think outside of what we would normally do and looking at songs in different ways than we have been has been extremely helpful. I've been enjoying the hell out of it.
Why don't you do it again, except this time you're a different violin player named Trevor. The exact same thing.
Trevor better or worse?
Is Trevor better or worse?
Trevor, you definitely respect him as a technician. Every once in a while he makes some choices you don't agree with, but at least for this thing.
It's really special now because part of me and everyone else is a fan of Alan Sparhawk. And then there's another part that's friends. It's like when he comes up to you in that room and you're playing, and he's like, I want you to do something like this, and he sings it to you. You really feel like trying it. Once it kind of like clicked in, it was like, oh cool, the 6 of us are gonna make a record together.
I feel like the sound has changed and is changing, especially from Palomino to now. One side of our band is just kind of all out and playing fast and kind of on the edge of a train wreck, which is fun. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think we're all kind of just getting into just listening to each other a little bit differently than we're used to. Alan talks a lot about, the song is there, you just gotta play the part that supports the song.
I think people are going to listen to this and be like, it's a Trampled record, The only difference in this one, I think they'll hear is Alan Sparhawk. They'll hear his influence. So the combination of Alan Sparhawk being the producer and the dead of winter, 50 below zero wind chills, is having an effect on the overall mood of the record.
Little did we know that the world was dying, that the birds outside, they never sang for us.
Not all, but many of our recording sessions have been in the winter. And I think that's something to do with like when the band first got together, when Dave and I first started playing, it was winter. And I think that happens a lot in this part of the world where, you know, you kind of hole up in the wintertime and have to occupy yourself, and so you play music with people.
It's cold out. What you do is you boil water and throw it off a ledge to entertain ourselves.
I see the better part of you.
I don't know if winter or Minnesota influences our sound. I'm sure it does because we're from here. I don't think you can escape that part of like inherent, you know, in writing and creating. It's just part of who you are or who we are.
I think it just sort of feels natural that wintertime is the time of year that we kind of get real introspective and, you know, focus on making another record.